So my name is Lachlan Goold, but I'm better known as Magoo. And how I started out, I tried to learn guitar at high school, and I realised I wasn't very good, and I've always said that was my first production decision, was in realising I wasn't very good. So, but anyway, all my friends were involved in music, and I just loved music, and they were in bands, and I through my learning guitar, I had a guitar and an amp, and one of my good friends, Ash, he had a guitar but didn't have an amp, so when they had gigs, I used to loan them my amp, and so I used to go to all their gigs, and from loaning them my amp, I sort of progressed to doing the lights. And then I kind of used to gaze across at the mixing desk, kind of longingly maybe, just thinking, oh, that's something I could do. But fast forward a bit, I finished school, I went to university, I did what Mum and Dad wanted me to do, and I have a degree in mechanical engineering. I was very torn about finishing, but I sort of got far enough through that I thought I should finish. And during my engineering degree, I decided to do a short audio engineering course, just a 6-month course. And lucky or fate or whatever, when I finished my engineering degree, there was a little mini recession, and pretty much most of the jobs for graduates just dried up. There was no jobs for graduates. So what most of my friends at engineering did is they went back and did an extra year. Business, that sort of thing, and instead I got a job at a small recording and rehearsal studio called Zeds that had 4 or 5 rehearsal rooms and a studio, and basically I kind of went from selling pies and drinks to the bands and setting up the PAs to sort of becoming the in-house demo guy. So we used to record just, you know, whoever phoned up and said we need to do 10 songs in a day, that would be me. And there was actually a guy called Joe Castellana, King of the Zuffalo. We all had a go at recording him over the years, and that was sort of one of the jobs for the in-house person. So, and I guess from Zeds, that's where I recorded Pangea there. That was probably, well, the Dream Killers were probably the first thing. I used to mix live as well through this period. So the Dream Killers, and then that sort of moved on to Pangea, and then Pangea sort of morphed into Regurgitator, and then from Regurgitator that sort of led me to the national scene, where I started flying down to Sydney and Melbourne and recording bands all over the place. And I guess from there, gee, I've recorded lots of people. Through, well, Powderfinger were one. I used to mix live for them, and then that sort of led to me recording, I did an EP with them, and then a song off Internationalist. And then I guess my success with Regurgitator led me to working with people like Midnight Oil, The Cruel Sea, also Tex Perkins. I've recorded Spiderbait, Jebediah, who else? Custard, Scream Feeder, lots of bands. I forget. Renee Gayer, Kate Miller-Heidke. I don't know. Yeah, look at my website.